My name is Carlene Rees-Simcoe, and I do community outreach for Vision Vaccine Impacted Support Network. And today I'd like to introduce this beautiful woman who is from Nilsen by the name of Susan Gargiulo. Susan has a long history of living in Nilsen with her Italian family that goes back quite a few years in the Wood area. Her father and her grandfather were both garden farmers, and the Wood area has been known for generations to have had these beautiful people come over from Italy and grow a lot of produce for many, many years. I met Susan, I'd say 6 months ago, as she was on her healing journey, and I was part of a healing circle, a prayer group that we had with some beautiful women and men one day a week, and that's how I got to know Susan. Susan, during this interview, will not be able to speak. Sadly, she was vaccine damaged, and she's going to be doing this interview by writing out her answers. Hi, Susan. Thank you so much for willing to come and share your story with more than just a few people. Hopefully, a lot of people will get the message that you have to say today. The first thing I'd like to ask you is if you could share a little bit about what happened to you, because some people don't have the background story. So is that okay if I ask you a few questions about that? Well, the first thing is, were you in a profession that mandated taking the jab? Yes, you were. Okay. You were mandated out. And what was your profession? You were a hairdresser. You were forced. Did you have any idea, Susan, that it was experimental at that time and that there were adverse effects from taking it? No, you didn't have any idea till afterwards. How long? Sure, you can get rid of that one and we'll move on to another question. I was wondering, how long after the injection did you experience a bad reaction? Oh, 5 days. What was the signs that something was not right? I started choking on my food, and also while cutting hair, I was dropping my comb about 5 or 6 times during the haircut. At first she thought, that's really odd. So really, you didn't really know right away that it was the injection. So you were just thinking, wow, this is odd. And so do you think it was something else causing the problem? Did you have something else going on physically that you thought might be attributing to it? Nothing, okay. I think you had said something too that maybe you were mandated to wear those masks, and the possibility, yes, that you had told me that previously, that at first you thought it had something to do with your sinuses, right? So she still wasn't making a connection. I never had sinus problems before the mask, and it instantly blocked me up. I thought my choking was to do with this sinus issue. Okay, I could see why you would think that. So when you found out that, this was something quite seriously, who did you see for help? Did you go to your GP? Wow, yes. So no, I didn't go to the GP. I was concerned he would say that's minor reaction and get the second jab. I knew by then in my heart it was the jab. That must have felt absolutely shocking. How was that for you when the penny dropped and you realized, oh my gosh, that was from your injection? What was your first emotional response to that? Yeah, what was it? Yeah, anger and pissed off. Yeah, I bet. So it doesn't sound like going to the doctor was very helpful. I saw here that you had mentioned earlier that you had gone to a neurologist, and that it took you quite a long time before you got your diagnosis. But when you went to the neurologist, what happened? So a year later, after diagnosing me, I asked, could it be the jab? Could it be the cause? And he said, we won't be talking about that. It will just cause an argument. And Susan has been now diagnosed with motor neuron disease. So you had the injection in, was it 2021? And you tried many things to detox, such as supplements, frequency healing, prayers, detox protocols, the Flick protocols, Dr. Peter McCullough protocols. I'm not sure which one you had, but you did a lot of research, a lot of effort, time and money and determination to do what you could do to help heal yourself. Has anything helped? A lot of lovely people helped me. I'm sure everything I tried has slowed my illness down, but no improvement. I love all the people I have met on my healing journey. Well, I have to say, Susan, you have... I'm going to wait until you're done cleaning your board. I just want to say, honey, You have had, considering what you've been through, you still have the most lovely light. You do. The most loving light about you. And I'm sure there's some wisdom or some words you could put out there so other people could keep the courage and faith to be strong like you've been. So I'm going to ask you, I guess, first of all, what has kept you being so courageous? I think you mentioned something about having faith in yourself. I have a lot of faith in myself, and I'm a strong woman. I'll vouch for that. Would you like to tell others who are experiencing damage from these injections any words of wisdom? Okay, I'll go back to that one. So this is what gives Susan the courage to go out in the world every day. It's because she believes in herself, and she is a strong woman, but she also has strong energy around her. And I'll never give up on myself. And I stay open to things that come my way. They're kind of like synchronicities. That's in the flow. So being in the flow and keeping open and letting things flow has had a lot of positive influence on you, hasn't it? Yeah. Oh, 24/7. We were talking about the power of your mind, and you had mentioned earlier something about that. Could you tell us again what you wanted to tell people, other people, to be aware of? Had to do with your thoughts. Watch your thoughts. Your body feels what you think. We are our thoughts. Love yourself. Be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself, and you will heal. Stay in your heart and out of your head. Yay. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And, yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And if someone is out there and they can relate to what's happening with any type of vax injury, or they have another story they'd like to say, talk about or say that they were impacted somehow by this injection, if you're in the Nielsen area, please feel free to pop by the Billy Guyton Foundation Center. It's next to Ben Inn, and Shane has the mission to bring awareness to vaccine injury and also concussion injury and also suicide. And this center was established by him in memory of his really good professional rugby friend, Billy Guyton, who chose to take his own life because of concussion and jab injuries. And if you'd like to share your story and you're not from the Nielsen area, Linda Wharton of Health Forum New Zealand, she is also taking people's testimonials written, and you can find that on her website, or you can also choose to do a video as well. I'm seeing if you go on her website, there's three tabs there, and if you put on their tab, it talks about saying your story. So it's easy to find it. You just have to go on those three little bars up on the right hand of her page, and you'll be able to have your story shared. Thank you.